What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, rocking the swag. Check it out, man. So I got a call yesterday from a gentleman who actually emailed me and said, hey, pussy, you're a piece of shit. Respond to a comment in my YouTube video. And I don't get to all comments. I'm trying not to read them because they've just pissed me off lately. Go ahead and call me. So I called the number. It was disconnected. I said, you're a pussy. The number's fake, you pussy. And then, of course, he emailed me back with a number. And for once in my life, it actually panned out. And the number worked. And let me get this. This looks tacky. I'm actually fixing my office. Sorry. So long story short, I pick up and he wanted to discuss with me. Now, he's a Rich Piana fan, and I personally think Rich Piana is captivating. I have nothing against Rich Piana, regardless. I haven't watched any of his videos. I watched the one on the GH gut where everybody thought that my GH gut actually split my muscle fascia and caused my surgery, which Rich wasn't even hinting at me. I don't know how people made that connection, but Van and I did a spoof video on that. That's the only Rich video I've seen. I've seen snippets of some of his other videos, and I've seen him in person. I've met him. I have nothing against him. I know you guys are alluding to the fact that I'm talking about him, and him only when I'm referring to things like people saying supplements suck and then they come out with a line, when actually there's probably 4 or 5 people in the past 2 years who've done it. So if Rich fits that bill, you're making that connection, not me. I have nothing against Rich. If I meet him, I'll shake his hand. If he punches me in the face, I'll take a punch like a real man. Because I ain't punching anybody, man. I got these soft hands. I don't want to hurt them. Anyway, long story short, his main issue. Now, first of all, I said, look, if you think it was about Rich, that's great and all. But if Rich is lumped in with the guys who, say supplements don't work, then come out with a line, the place that carries them, I just spent the whole week with them last week. I had nothing but nice things to say, and they don't have anything but nice things to say about Rich. So frankly, I dispelled that right away. I said, look, I have no fucking problem with Rich Piana. None at all. I really don't care. I wish him the best. I wish everyone the best. Hell, I like Boston Lloyd. I'd love to collaborate with Boston Lloyd, even though I think the information he spreads around is dangerous and completely irresponsible. I still have no issue with him. Just because you disagree with someone and what they stand for doesn't mean you can't break bread with them and be friendly and cordial in person. That's business. It is what it is. Maybe I just have more business experience than some, but if I have an issue with, there's only one person in this industry I have an issue with. There's a couple, fuck it, whatever. Nonetheless, his main thing was that protein doesn't work. Protein powder's a scam. And I was out of line. I did curse. I called him a pussy because he was cutting me off. And I called him other names, and he called me a lot of names. It became a shouting match. Finally, I think we reached a level of respect because I don't think he expected a CEO of a supplement company to actually call him. And I didn't respect someone to actually pick up the phone. Trolls are usually just that. They're nameless, faceless pieces of shit. Nonetheless, his argument was that real food works and whey protein is dehydrated crap that doesn't work as protein. Now, I just want to state my opinion for the record on whey protein. One, protein is protein. He made the suggestion that protein is not protein. And in and of itself, protein is not protein does not even make sense to me whatsoever. Whey protein is not like collagen. It's not like beef protein, like the crap you buy in those beef proteins on the market. It's not even like caseinate. Whey protein has the highest biological value of any protein we're eating, even above egg, which is the benchmark of protein, above chicken, above beef. Do I believe whey protein will make you a better bodybuilder than not having whey protein? No, I believe at the end of the day, if you get your total protein grams in, whether it be from whey protein, whether it be from caseinate, whether it be from whatever, I believe that your results will be similar. I do believe whey protein, having a blended protein, isn't necessarily better than having whey protein like some people claim. I do believe that at the end of the day, quantity is what matters. And if your macros are at 200 grams of protein, I don't care if you get it from beef, fish, chicken. I'm not one of those trainers who advocates fish at meal 2 because it thins your skin. I do recommend a variety of protein sources simply because, hey, there's different micronutrients with different foods, and I believe in overall health and wellness in addition to building sexy lean mass. With that said, it's cold out. A shaker cup becomes coffee cup. Nonetheless, His contention was that it's a scam. Now, I can imagine when I first started in this industry, there was Nitrotech ads, and I have nothing against these ads, but Nitrotech claimed to have 18 million% lean mass growth. I remember they ran an ad, I forgot the bodybuilder's name, who had reconstructive knee surgery, and they alluded to the fact that the Celtech Nitrotech stack was the reason that he recovered so fast, and it might have been, proper nutrition might have been, but the way ads were written in the past, yes, protein was protein, but if you look at the way I market my protein, it's simply that. It even says on the label, it can be replace a chicken breast. And that's what it does. Do I recommend whey protein at every meal? No. Me personally, for the past few years, I do have probably about 4 of my 6 to 8 meals. So over half of my meals are whey protein simply due to scheduling. Do I enjoy chewing food? Yes. Do I believe the whey protein is giving me better results than if I had just whole food? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't have a control group. Do I think that chicken works better than whey? No. Do I believe that you should have a mix in your diet and not stick to a liquid diet? Absolutely. So what I usually recommend for people is whatever fits your schedule best. Now, his contention was that the only time whey protein is advantageous is post-workout when people inject insulin. I will admit that you want to get a quick, easy to digest liquid source if you're looking to spike your insulin naturally, because of course no one would ever use drugs to do that, because that's wrong. But I mean, I think he was alluding to the illegal fact, when in essence, whey protein does have its places throughout the day, and the main reason being to replace a whole food meal. It's easier, it's convenient, and sometimes you just get tired of eating chicken and you want a nice flavored, my cookies and cream, my mint cookies and cream, best in the world, flavor-wise. We have a new protein flavor coming out next week. Again, best in the world. It tastes good, it's a nice break, it's like having a dessert for a meal, and why the hell not with the technology we have? As for protein being subpar and not able to build muscle, as Hani Rambod has been known to say, Hani Rambod says that you have to eat, you cannot drink protein. I've read this in Flex Magazine numerous times. He's been saying it for years. I think that's pure rubbish and hogwash, and I respect the hell out of Hani. But at the end of the day, I think that's the most asinine statement I've ever heard in my life. The fact that a macronutrient is not a macronutrient. Now, the fact that whey protein is dehydrated, I made this point to the gentleman who called. I'm not going to say his name, not going to give his phone number. I respect him for calling me, and he says he's going to come up to me at the Fit Expo, and I look forward to it. Not to fight, but to shake his hands. Again, I'm too old to fight. I have too much to lose. So I said, well, what about baby formulas? They use whey protein. Well, those are regulated. I'll have you know that the plant that makes my whey protein also manufactures the whey for baby formulas. So that's pretty much out the door. So the fact that it has a baby formula label on it versus mine, and that is highly regulated as it should be. Supplement industry, not so much. All I can do is assure you that my protein, MTS Nutrition Machine Whey Protein, adheres to the highest NSF standards, and I do spot checks on my batches, and I go visit and show you on video my manufacturing process. With that said, guys, I don't want a war by any means, but I think anybody who says that protein powder is a scam either read someone else's ad copy for their protein or has no idea how a macronutrient works. Dehydrated milk has been sold for years in grocery stores. Are we to assume that because you take the water out of the milk, it no longer contains protein? And this is a belief that's actually been espoused by many. I don't know if, again, I have yet to watch the only Rich Piana video I watched, and I met him in person at Mike's gym in Long Beach Metroflex when he was filming with Massive Joe. I have yet to see his opinion on it, but I'm going by what this gentleman says. So if I'm incorrect, my bad. But I don't believe there's an inherent benefit to eating whole foods other than micronutrients. And I do believe that protein is protein. And if you're going to go on a scientific level, whey protein is superior because it has a higher biological value. And are you telling me that Rich Piana and Hani are smarter than Dr. Lehman? Are smarter than Dr. Tipton, are smarter than Dr. Norton? Are you telling me that all those science guys who do, oh, they're bought and paid for? Everybody's bought and paid for, if that's the case. I'll tell you what, man, science guys, those guys in academia, the guys I know, they're not gonna sell out. And the supplement industry just doesn't have enough money to have these guys sell out. I'll tell you that. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Whey protein isn't magical. Whey protein isn't better than steroids. That's what this guy was saying, that my people, that I'm saying. Well, I will never ever say a supplement is better than steroids. I will say that steroids are, it's a risk-reward benefit and they're illegal. That's all I'll say on camera. However, whey protein is a convenient, tasty source of nutrition that you can use to help augment your muscle growth. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Oh man, I can't believe a controversy is being started over whether a macronutrient is actually a macronutrient. I can't believe I took this phone call. And again, to the gentleman I cursed and called you a pussy, I apologize. A little bit of that Inglewood came out in me. And being ghetto is, again, you know what? I'll call somebody. You're not just, tell me another CEO that's going to return a call of someone he knows is going to get in a yelling match with or knows going to yell at him. I do that because I want to connect, even with the people who don't like me, to find out why they don't like me. And to us, you're more than just a number. It is what it is. I know it's getting cliche, but fuck, you're more than just a number. I hope this gentleman realizes that. And I pray he comes up to me, and I actually want to take him out to lunch, man. I really appreciate him getting at me. That doesn't mean email me and call me a pussy and give me your number, because I'm not taking everybody to lunch. Because fucking trying to buy all you motherfuckers lunch, that's not a game.